might try.
Hey,
Well, I guess he wants to get out
Smile the
of
Mats.
system.
I'm Matt. The other Matt is indisposed tonight. He might be popping in later on, but I'm joined by the high mind tonight of Marion, Bob, Grant, Gavin. I think there's also a Carol in there too. I think I heard a Chris, a Jim, and Ken. So welcome in, guys. Thanks for joining us. It's gonna be a great night. I have been working on the the stiletto for my group build of Since You've Been Gone. I've been working on my water stickers for my A10. So we got all that.
What a beautiful
half
creature.
of the shark's mouth on it. So,
What a beautiful creature.
What squadron is that?
let's see. It's on the decal. I'm sorry, water sticker page. It is the 75th Fighter Squadron, 23rd Wing. Captain Kim Campbell from Iraq, 2003.
Yeah, she almost got shot down.
She the one where they took the wing off?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I cut the wing off, then I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could screw up the wing and you'd still be all right.
Yeah.
Well, Illinois Air National Guard has, I don't know if they still do since they're being taken out of service. They used to have A-10s. I don't remember what squadrons they were, though.
So,
Missouri Guard, Kansas City had A-10s, or I don't know. Is that true anymore, Bob?
Offhand, I don't think so.
They were out in Kansas City? Yeah.
Yeah, there was a reserve unit that was based at Whiteman.
yeah.
It was originally this is the bar that was moved to Whiteman. When,
They're still out there.
Okay.
I got a friend that's actually, that's a cool story. I got a friend graduated high school, same high school I went to, 10 years after I was. Was out in Kansas City. I ran into him, and we were walking down the street. We were talking, and he mentioned that he worked on A-10s. I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." And he says, "I work on the gun." He goes, "He's weapons troop." Right?
Oh, yeah.
I looked at him. I stopped. I shook his hand. I said, "I've been looking for the guy that puts the pert in the A-10, man." We got to talking about. He says there's never a bar he can walk into on any Army base and not walk out drunk without paying a dime.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
I can
cool.
believe that.
So yeah, they're still out there.
Yeah, used to be in the Missouri Guard. We used to go down Fort Leonard Wood,
Yep.
and they used to come in. I was in artillery, so we had to stop fire for these A-10s to come in and play with their guns and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it was a good time.
I think
It's a
most of
different
the
kind of artillery, if you ask me.
yeah.
So I just put in the chat, last year at the Chesterfield Airport Air Show, there was this A-10 pilot, and he was the longest flying A-10 pilot, 7,500 hours,
Whoa.
Wow.
6 deployments, Lieutenant Colonel John Carl Marks, and they forced him out of the Air Force. He was still capable of flying, so he turned 60 in August of last year, and so he was like a month or two shy of the forced retirement when he did his last air show there. And
Yeah, 60 is the magic number, right?
yeah, it was just insane. The guy,
65.
There's an excellent. So Ward Carroll's got an excellent broadcast on YouTube about. He's interviewing this guy that's in the Air Force, some kind of background. I guess I can't remember the name of the merge. I think is what the podcast. is.
Merge, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and this guy's talking about how short-sighted the Air Force is with, by retiring these A-10s, and the ramifications of how we're downsizing the Air Force. It's like it's the smallest it's ever been.
Yeah, there's not enough planes.
And so the problem is they're getting rid of 160 A-10s, and they've got these pilots that they can't retrain into other aircraft.
Yeah, there's like 220 pilots, right?
Yeah, I mean it's.
Well, yeah,
just
they fly an analog plane, and now they want to. That's what we talked about that last week.
yeah.
How you gonna put an analog pilot into a digital plane?
So it's an interesting podcast if you get the chance to take a look at it.
I guess.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
I remember seeing the A-10 when it first came out. My very first air show, I was 16 years old. This is 1978. My dad took me down to Hanscom Air Force Base in Bedford, Mass. And they had the A-10 in like the air superiority blue, I think it was. It was two grays. It was a real, almost like a British.
Oh crap! What was that called? Oh, it's called
Sky green, like duck egg green. It was really light though, and then it was like not the air superiority blue, but a light gray on top. It was just so cool looking. So
Yeah.
it's like 47 years ago. The holy smoke, that thing's still going around.
Yeah, that's about right.
Although it looks like the B-52 is going to make it to 100 years old.
Yeah.
The only one that'll last 100 years.
Yeah, they'll keep the B-52 around forever today, but they'll get rid of the A-10.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're going to use that. I think they're going to use a B-52 as a test platform for those warp engine nacelles.
Yeah, I saw that.
The B-52 is still relevant, though. I mean, you can't stop a nuke.
Let's not start.
Hey. Just don't start talking about B-52s.
Unless it's the band, right?
Relevant.
Rock Lobster.
What is this? Oh,
Well, if you listen to that guy, the Merge podcast, which I do, the B-52 refitting with the new Rolls-Royce engines and all that stuff is now in question. Might not happen.
Oh boy.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Out in question.
So they had a problem. They've had delayed problems with stuff working, and they're way past where they're supposed to be. And now they're like, the Air Force questioning where they want to spend their money on that. So,
Whoa.
My biggest question is why are we letting freaking Rolls-Royce update our strategic bomber fleet? You telling me General Electric or Pratt and Whitney couldn't do it? We have to rely on a different country for it?
I agree.
And Rolls-Royce is always under-delivered on turbofans for the United States. I mean, that's what put the Lockheed L-1011 behind.
Got rid of the Harrier, too.
That's literally what bankrupted Lockheed was Rolls-Royce's ignorance.
Well, it's international politics.
Yep.
Scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Oh, by the way, we need some engines.
You got backing up.
So cool. Says you.
Yeah.
Stick. Come on, stick.
You want to make the time?
Well, that turned out to be horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I must have tested that ball turret ring, I know, 20 times. And now it doesn't fit at all.
Hey, welcome to my world.
Yeah, and like you couldn't have put that much paint on it. You're not that heavy.
I didn't put that much paint on it. When it comes to paint, I'm definitely not heavy-handed.
Right.
Could be.
This. Maybe it's the weather.
You know, it's funny. It could be the humidity.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It expands and contracts just like anything else.
Because now did I? I did.
Uh-oh.
Yay me.
I was wrong because I thought I was wrong when I was really right, right?
Yeah.
You know that railing you broke? Oh, there it is. I thought I lost it. Yeah. I also have to make a pin rail out of scratch. It won't fall.
Oh, no, don't stick now.
Mhm.
Oh,
I like this big fatty fuel tank on the bottom of the P-47.
Oh, big fatty fuel tank.
Yeah, you haven't posted that jet version of the P-47 proposal.
Yeah.
oh, I saw that.
I just, you mentioned that big drop tank. I'm like, how much fuel would that thing need to carry? And would that be enough fuel in a P-47 without having to carry, that's just kind of, as you mentioned that, Chris, about drop tanks, that just went through my mind. How much fuel?
It's 150 gallons, the fat one. The normal one is 108.
It's a jet, so they're thirsty.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, and especially the old ones.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking,
Yeah.
Jim.
Hello, George.
George.
George is here. George has popped into the chat.
Hey, George.
Really?
Yep, and we got
I'm
Manny
glad
the
I'm not-
person in as well. So one of my students is in.
Uh-oh. So
Oh, he's
maybe
not
we
on-
really have to...
He's not on me. He's on YouTube.
Yeah,
I
you
put a link in the chat for the our Mojave P-39 and someone's building, and that you should see the nose weight in one of these pictures. It's like 3 giant balls because of the weight.
Yeah, and they supply it.
Yeah, they supply it. And the monogram kit doesn't have nose weight, and I didn't add any because I decided I'm just gonna fasten it to the. I'm making a little base for it, and I'm gonna glue it there. What they give you is like a piece of clear sprue that it acts as a props
Yeah.
it up, which looks ridiculous. So
Yeah,
They did that
I've heard in real life.
They did that on my Mitchell.
yeah, they
Yeah,
actually
I
put a
hated
hole
that.
in the bottom of the wing to put it
Yeah.
in, and that keeps it, rather than telling you to put nose weight in it. But if you build up the guns and the ammo boxes in the, and you want to display that, then you really don't have any place to put nose weight.
What year was that P-39 pulled up?
1969.
Good year.
Agreed.
I was 8 years old.
Yeah, the Mets lost the World Series, didn't they?
I was a baby.
No, they did not.
I got some
Day
live
before.
Monogram Mom's nice. The whole catalog. I couldn't afford monogram models as a kid, so now I'm doing them all now.
Yeah.
We could only afford Revell kits. They were like the cheapest kits. But I did have one monogram. I did, for Christmas one year, I got the monogram B-52 with the jet engine sound. That was like the most awesome kit ever.
How do they make the sound?
All it was electric motor that spun a fan. So it was like this whining noise. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound like any jet that I know.
P-39, where are you at? What's the... Yeah,
You need the kit number?
yeah, it should be a PA number, right?
Yeah, the box on, got the instruction sheet. It's kit number 5213.
That's when they
Mine's,
redid it.
yeah, mine's, so they got the copyright on the instructions 1969, 83, and 89.
Oh, I found it. PA-227.
Ah,
Yep. 1969, 148. Original one's valued at 20 to 25 bucks, apparently.
wow.
And that's like mint, supposedly. Which shows you how much eBay prices are inflated.
Yeah, I went
Of course they are.
and bought the Pro Modeler version because after I started building this, I realized I had a cockpit decal set, a KMC set, aftermarket. I'm like, oh, I can't use it now because I already started the kit. It's all glued together. So I said, well, I'll just buy another kit. And they recommend the Pro Modeler kit, and I got one off eBay pretty cheap. And it's nice because it comes with photo etch for all the landing gear, oleo struts and stuff. Like, oh, it's even nicer. So I'll be building this one again at some point in the future if I live long enough.
Wow.
I'm looking at that massive panel line at the door that they left open.
Yeah. But my door didn't fit, so that's why I plugged that cockpit with some white pack, so I could just spray the paint, the external paint.
Yeah, I could see the clear piece that plugs into the bottom there.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't use that. I plugged the hole, painted over it, and I'm just, so I got, you see these wheels that I got here, I just painted up with a rubber black. I drilled holes in the bottom, so on the base I'll have some steel rods going up, and then it'll just sit on that, and that'll keep it from tipping over. To glue it to the base,
Yeah.
and be done with it.
Yeah.
Stick it in the cabinet and call it a day.
You could enter in the Gateway Invitational.
Yeah, I wish I just lived close to you guys, because you got some cool stuff there. I missed out on that awesome Space Museum thing.
Yeah.
I saw the pictures on Facebook. I'm like, oh, that looks cool.
Yeah, Bob, you took some good pictures.
Oh, well, thank you.
Do you guys have a contest theme for this year yet, for September?
Yeah. It's 75.
75. So
It's the 1975. It's the 50th anniversary of the Gateway IPMS Club.
Nice.
The special category is to enter it, you have to have a kit that was produced, made before 1975. So with the idea is you want to have, you know, a model which in 1975 that got people could use, could build.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
So it couldn't be like a subject from 1975.
No, it has to be a kit that was available in 1975.
So are we looking at reboxings? Is that allowed? Or?
Yes, it is allowed. You can use different decals and paint, and you can rebox, but you have to prove to the judges that this was a rebox from a 19 blah blah kit.
Right.
1968, baby.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Can you use can you put any like scratch build details on there?
Only what materials they had in 1975. So obviously they didn't have any etched metal, no
3D
back
printing.
No resin, no 3D printed.
thing.
Hey,
But you can have your fun with back form.
Sheet plastic you could use.
Yeah, sheet plastic.
Sheet plastic is alive.
what about brass and stuff?
I don't know if they had brass back then, Bob. Did they? I don't remember.
think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, his actually it's the kit I'm gonna build for that. Early '70s budget.
I got a Revell Focke-Wulf PA 152 that's actually a frog kit. I was so bummed out when I bought it, thinking it was a new tool, and it's an old frog kit, and it's horrendous.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I'm trying to think of what I might. I don't know if
I'm
I'll
doing
do
the
it.
same thing. I'm looking right now going, man, what do I have?
I've got a Johan on the way.
Johan? Yeah.
That's 62 Plymouth Fury. I don't remember when it was tooled though. Probably an annual from '62.
Is that the one you got off eBay that you had the picture up on the site?
Yeah,
Thanks,
I
George.
sniped that. Not my proudest moment, but
Yeah, you can go on scale mates and it would confirm,
The
the
date, yeah.
lineage of the
Yeah.
kit.
Yeah, you could just snipe it and bring it with you and go, hey, this is when it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times they get the instructions there, scan it, someone scan in, you can download those.
Yeah.
Right.
So catching up
I
on
have
what
in
George
mind.
is putting in the chat, he said he wished kit companies would work out how much nose weight was needed and add it to the kit. Also, he got his
Yeah, maybe it
monogram
does that.
AV8B, and it also came with photo etch. And he thinks the stiletto still looks cool.
It is.
It does look cool. It looks
Dude,
like
that kit
something
reminds
out
me
of
of
a sci-fi movie.
that thing reminds me of a do-it-yourself assembled lawn dart.
Yeah.
Dart.
Yeah, just fill it with lead, take it outside, and throw it in the air.
Wait. Did you see that newest private jet that just broke the sound barrier? It's supposed to be a prototype for a commercial sound barrier boom proof.
Yeah, the XB1. It's made by Boom Supersonic in
Boom
Colorado.
Supersonic. That's right. So, Jim, have you seen that? 'Cause that makes your stiletto look like a 104 or a 104.
Yeah.
The stiletto wings look like 104 wings.
I was about to say, I'm sad that Jordan had to leave because the U2 is just a 104 with long arms,
With glider wings on it.
Yeah.
and then the stiletto looks like an F-104 if it was my cat because he's fat.
With a longer nose.
Right. Just like they kept feeding
The
you.
104 was a very popular plane. It broke a lot of speed records, both male and female pilots. Yeah, it was a decent airplane, believe it or not. I don't know if it was. I don't think it ever saw combat. I don't think it was any good for that. But everything else, it was all right.
Was it Pakistan?
Yeah,
India?
The Pakistan did, yeah, the 1965 and 71 war.
Really?
Also, Taiwan had received some, and they had some clashes with the Chinese fighters over the Formosa Strait.
And we used them in Vietnam.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, actually, we did.
The 104s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
I
had
didn't know
the
that.
Southeast Asia camo on them too. They look pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it is a refueling probe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at that. Look at me learning stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Luftwaffe.
I think Jordan had also had some early.
Well, I knew the Germans used them. I knew
They
that.
The Germans used to call it Widowmaker because it killed so many of their pilots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
not
there was a
good for
German
that.
pilot, famous World War II German pilot. He said he loved the F-104. That was his favorite plane. But Eric Hartman didn't think too much of it, and neither did Gerhard Farquhar. But
Yeah, but those guys flew the ME-262, which, you breathe on that thing hard enough that it would explode. So,
116 pilots they lost
yeah.
in the 104s. That's a lot.
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of that was
they were
not
trying to do interdiction strike with it, and it's
Yeah.
not
a
for
ground
that.
attack.
It's not made for that.
It's not made for it. It's definitely just air superiority.
Yeah.
So whose fault is it?
Well, it was originally an interceptor.
Well, there was a big scandal
it's
because
fast.
Because
Yeah.
Lockheed bribed some German politicians to buy the plane for their Air
Well,
Force.
You're right, Jim. That's what it was. It was designed to carry a nuclear tipped missile up to the Arctic so they could launch it towards those waves of Russian bombers
Right.
over the
It
North
was
Pole.
meant to catch the bombers before they got over, just like
Yeah.
the F-14. It was the same thing. It was an interceptor. That's all it was.
It's that way we called it a missile with a man in it.
Yeah.
That's really all it was.
17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because it's like when when you have to make a turn at Mach 3, that's taking up like half the state of Wyoming to turn 180 degrees in
Not
something
really
Mach
an
3.
agile fighter.
You just don't yank that sucker around and
No.
put that to a tight 180.
Yeah, that's not a turn and burn fighter.
Yank and bank.
Yeah, yank it back.
There's a story of a SR-71 pilot, and it's a famous story. It's on YouTube. Some guy, I think his first name was Brian. I don't remember his last name.
Brian Shue.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And he's talking about this story, and he's like, and then they told me to turn around. And so I passed over Nevada, Arizona, and Colorado just to turn around.
That's right. That's right.
He says I'm over Houston, Texas, and I can see downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah. Man, I've read a lot of stories from the pilots on the X-15. That was when Neil Armstrong skipped off the atmosphere and wound up breaking a sound barrier over Los Angeles. Man, he had to turn around. It took him, I can't remember, I think he said 200 miles to turn that thing around, a 200-mile radius.
Well, when Chuck Yeager broke the sound barrier in the X-1, he saw the curvature of the Earth. So, I mean, it's, they were up pretty high when they did that.
Yeah, well, that's how you kind of cheat, you know. I mean,
Yep.
the higher you are, the slower you have to be to break the sound barrier.
Yeah, you do, because the air's thinner, so it's
Yeah.
easier
Yep.
to, you know.
That's why it's easy to hit Mach 24 in the space shuttle, because you get high enough, it's like
Yeah.
there's no atmosphere.
Well, and that's why they would drop those guys. You know, it would use so much fuel that by the time they got up to where they needed to be, they didn't have any fuel to go that fast, so they just dropped them from another airplane.
So really, when they talk about Mach 24, it's just the speed divided by the speed of sound at sea level. So
Yeah.
just another number.
I don't care. I still want to go that fast.
Oh yeah. Well, so that's kind of the problem, Jim. You have to get so high that when
Yeah.
you're going that fast, it's like you don't see much movement underneath you. You know?
Yeah, but you got to feel it in some portion of it. You have to. I mean, you just have to. And I want to go that fast.
Well,
I'll probably crap my drawers, but I don't care. I want to go that fast.
I'm telling you, without inertial dampers, it's the small distance between feeling a little bit of tug and then having your guts just spilled all over the cockpit. Man,
Good catch.
that doesn't take much to. Ooh, jeez, I hate to think of that. They don't yank and bank those things, like you say.
I'd still want to. Yeah, I want to do it.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a couple of videos. There's a couple of videos now from the cockpit of U-2s flying at 80,000 feet.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of those? Because it's like you look, they're looking out the window. They got the video camera pointing out the window, and yeah, you can see the Earth moving a little bit underneath you, but it's about the same appearance as when you're flying at 30,000 in a jetliner.
I was gonna say, how fast does a jetliner fly? About 200, 230?
About 300, yeah. Right? Yeah.
I mean, I've been over 100 on a motorcycle, and you feel that in your groin.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. The closer you are to something that ain't moving, that's right. So
Yeah, that one, I was 120 on a motorcycle.
geez, see,
I don't recommend that. I'm a pretty brave dude, but dang,
yeah,
that's a lot.
737 cruises at like 530.
Yeah.
that's
And
about
it's
right. Yeah.
Like they're saying, you're up so high, you look down, and you're like, I'm walking.
Believe it or not, one of the hottest airliners you can fly is the 747. It's got one of the highest Mach numbers of any airliner.
Really? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if they were to really push it, it would. Maybe in a dive, it might do it, but
Well, they got a decent break the sound barrier over Edwards Air Force Base.
yeah.
There's this comedy movie called Heads of State that's out right now on like Prime or whatever. It's got that wrestling guy. I don't know what his name is.
John Cena?
John
Yeah,
Cena.
Cena.
So it's an action comedy movie. And he's the president of the United States, and there's
And Idris Elba is the head of the British. Yeah.
Yeah.
Prime
So
Minister.
there's a scene in there where they're on 747. The Air Force One gets attacked, and the wings open up and these machine guns come out. It's pretty funny.
Heads of state.
Yeah.
Heads
It's
of
fun.
state.
It's a fun
It's
movie.
good.
Me and my son watched it, and Aiden was like, "That's the best action movie that he's like I've seen in like 3 years."
Yeah, I agree. It was really fun. I actually liked it. I thought it was gonna be super corny, but I liked it.
Yeah,
It's what Air Force One should have been.
yeah.
Yeah, I was
Get off
laughing.
my plane.
Get off my plane.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Huh?
Watch it if you can.
Well,
All right.
I think I'm gonna need epoxy for that landing gear. That is never gonna hold. Why don't they do that right? I mean, it It's a big plane. Put some big beefy landing gear on it, for God's sake.
Don't need it.
But you do.
Nah.
My goodness.
All right. Hey, would y'all like to do
talking
some
to my-
music stuff tonight?
Sure.
Why not?
All right.
Talking to myself.
We skipped off last week because we were catching up with everything that everybody's been doing.
Yeah, we're a bunch of slackers.
We are.
Let's see. That's gonna be on the 23rd. All right. So this week is 1993. So this is the top. Let's see. 14. It looks like 15. These are the 15 number one songs of 1993.
Okay.
So we got.
You
Let's
gotta vote.
see. Let's see what's
Help me
going
out.
on. Let's go with. Let's see. We got one called "Stand Up, Kick Love into Motion" by Def Leppard versus "Mary Jane's Last Dance" by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Carol.
Oh, I know that. I know that song. I know that Def Leppard song.
Okay. So,
I like that song.
Marion, you gonna pick one there?
What?
Marion, you gonna pick Def Leppard or Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
the
no.
great words of Marion.
Viva.
Viva Las Vegas.
Well, I mean, it's fitting. I mean, Marion did invent the Viva.
He did. Yes, he did. I was gonna say
Sorry.
we should all get a T-shirt for Marion that just says "Viva Las Vegas" on it, and only us
Viva
would
Las
understand
Vegas
what
on
it
it.
means.
I saw those when I was actually in Las Vegas. I saw a shirt that said "Viva Las Vegas." I thought of everybody here and then went about my business. So I
You
should
didn't
have
buy
got.
us any shirts?
I know. I went to Vegas and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Yeah.
You didn't give us a lousy t-shirt. Jeez.
Yeah. Not very considerate.
I know. I'm a horrible person.
All right, let's see. I forgot to write down our batting order tonight. Let's see. So everybody knows what's going on.
You give us too much credit. We don't know what's going on now.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Matt's getting the lineup squared away.
Yeah.
He's got to turn it into the umpire, but the umpire isn't here.
I know. So it's gonna go Marion and Bob and Grant, Gavin. Let's see. Gavin, is Carol gonna participate?
No.
No. Okay.
Chicken.
All right. Then after Gavin's go Chris, Jim, Ken, and then George. I'll get you when you pump in there. All right. So Bob.
I'm gonna bow out.
Oh, you're gonna bow out.
Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna go with Tom Petty's song.
Okay. Oh yeah, because
That's
Ken, you're getting close to pumpkin time.
It's 10 of the clock here in Manchester, New Hampshire. So
Gotcha.
New Hampshire.
Is it late? Like, oh my God.
You New Hampshire boy, because I tell you.
yeah, I
East
got work
Coasters.
day tomorrow.
It's always
So-
glossed.
So Ken,
Get ready for work.
before you leave, I have to ask. Have you been to Nashua?
Oh yeah.
You have.
I
Okay.
call it nausea.
Okay. Is there a
Nausea, New
place?
Hampshire.
Is there a place called Chuck's Arcade there?
I honestly don't know. There could be. There used to be a famous arcade in Nashua, and it's changed hands a few times. If it's still there, maybe it's Chuck's Arcade.
Okay.
I don't know. It should
Well,
be
I saw
called
a
Thunderbolt.
thing where they're taking old Chuck E. Cheese restaurants and taking out the pizza and turning it into an adult arcade, and they call it Chuck's Arcade. And I saw one where it said it was in Nashua, New Hampshire.
I'll have to ask my coworker friend tomorrow because he lives in Nashua. He'll know what's going on there.
Sweet.
Nashua's,
I would go to an adult Chuck E. Cheese.
So,
Well, there's a Chuck E. Cheese in Manchester. It's still open.
Really? Those places are
Yeah.
still around.
yeah.
It's
There's one in
close
St.
to my
Charles.
house.
Got one in St. Charles.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
close to my house. The last time
Yeah.
I was there, I was a little kid, and they had an animatronic Elvis.
Yeah, they scared the hell out of me.
Well, it was like a lion, but dressed like
It's a
Elvis.
7-foot tall rat.
Yeah, yeah.
I just can't imagine what an adult Chuck E. Cheese would look like.
I know.
I can't imagine what would go on in the ball pit.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll
Yeah.
see you next week.
See you next week,
Yeah,
Ken.
yeah,
And
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Like,
Hey, Ken, we'll keep working while you go to sleep.
Yep.
All
All
right, so,
right, so Grant, what you gonna go with? Def Leppard or Tom Petty?
I know those names, but I don't know those songs.
Okay.
Viva Las Vegas, I guess.
Okay.
yeah. That's what went all the time.
All right, Gavin.
What are the two songs? I forgot.
Stand Up, Kick Your Love Into Motion by Def Leppard, or Mary Jane's Last Dance by Tom Petty.
Okay, so one of those is a song people actually know.
Yes.
I know them both, but I'm a Def Leppard fan, so
Question is, Kevin, which one?
Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Is it me next?
You're back cleanup, yes. Who's back cleanup, Matt?
I think I am.
Okay. So
I don't
Gavin
know.
had something come up there. So what'd you say?
Mary Jane's Last Dance.
Mary Jane. All right. Let's see. Chris.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Jim.
Because it's with the crowd, I'll go Tom Petty.
Okay.
Although I would have preferred Def Leppard, but hey, whatever.
All
Team
right.
player.
And George Viva. So Mary Jane's Last Dance is moving on.
Last dance with Mary Jane.
Is that a drug song?
It is.
Yes. One more time to feel the pain.
So next one we got is "Are You Gonna Go My Way" by Lenny Kravitz versus Big Gun, AC/DC from Last Action Hero.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Marion.
Yeah. No, I have no idea.
All right.
No idea.
All right. So Viva. Okay. Bob.
No DD.
I'm gonna go ACDC.
Okay. Grant.
I go Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah,
Kevin.
yes.
Really can't stand AC/DC, and I don't know the other song. Viva.
Viva. All right.
Sacrilegious.
Chris.
Lenny Kravitz.
All right. Jim.
Big guns, baby.
Big Guns. All right. And let's see. 4-2. Lenny Kravitz moving on.
4-2?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's only 6 of us?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, we had
I
two
got
Vivas too. So.
2. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was Vivas involved.
Okay, we got The Peace Pipe by a group called Cry Love. Never heard that one. And we got No
Never
Rain
heard
by
it.
Blind Melon.
God,
The
I have no idea.
the
Where
little
was
girl,
I?
the little bumblebee girl.
Hey, Black Melon.
Okay,
I have
so
no idea.
nothing from Marion. All right, Bob.
I'm gonna go with Blind Melon.
Okay,
Oh, man.
Grant.
Bob, you know this stuff?
Yeah, you can never go wrong.
Oh, he
with
does. Yeah, he does.
Gavin.
Jeez.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Viva from Gavin. Chris.
Blind Melon.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
Jim.
Whatever isn't Blind Melon.
Okay. Well, you dying on that hill.
Yeah, that's fine. I hate Blind Melon.
No Rain's moving on. Let's
Who's moving on?
Blind Melon, of course they are.
Let's see. We got Plush by Stone Temple Pilots versus Daughter by Pearl Jam.
Ooh,
That's a tough one, man.
that one hurt.
Yeah, right. Why don't you just bypass me on this year?
Okay. I will, Marion. He is a Viva all the way. All right, Bob.
I'm gonna go with Stone Temple Pilots.
Okay. Grant.
I got no clue.
Okay.
Yeah, Viva Las Vegas. Sorry.
All right. Gavin.
Like I'm gonna go Pearl Jam on that one.
All right.
Ooh.
Chris?
Eddie Vedder.
Stone Temple Pilots, please.
Okay. Got you on that one. Let's see. Jim?
STP.
All right.
It's the waster's edge.
All right. And George, you got a dog in that fight? Daughter or plush? Going plush. All right. So moving on. Plush by STP. I had a buddy of mine in college who played that CD so much he burned a hole through it.
Yeah.
What, the needle got to it? The needle just burned a
The
hole.
needle got to it.
Yeah, the needle got to it. So what it would do is it would the needle would track into across the disc and then stop, but still keep burning and then cut off and then come back. So there was a hole from that part where it would go in and stop and just keep going through it, and then he burned a hole through it. So
Nice.
I didn't believe him until I saw it, and then I was like, dude, how'd you do that? He's like, don't ask. And then I asked,
like
he's
me
like,
some
oh,
Stone Temple Pilots.
yeah,
Don't ask and I'll tell the lies.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
repeat button on that CD player.
he did,
Yeah.
and played it over and over again.
Slip to it.
There we
Would be
got
bad.
Pride and Joy by Coverdale Page versus Won't Get Fooled Again, Van Halen. So we got David Coverdale and Jimmy Page versus Eddie Van Halen and the 93 version of Van Halen, so that'd be Sammy Hagar with him. So,
Yeah, that would be the Van Hagar.
yes. So, Bob, what you gonna pick?
I'm gonna go with Van Hagar.
All right. Grant?
Won't Get Fooled Again. That sounds familiar, but it doesn't. I don't recognize the name of the artist.
Van Halen?
It's Van Halen.
I keep thinking.
Van
Sounds like an
Halen.
80s tune, but anyway, yeah, I'll go with Fooled Again, I guess.
Won't Get Fooled Again, all right. All right. George Viva Las Vegas, then. All right. Gavin?
Wow. George never Beavis.
No, I'm gonna be there.
You want Viva on that one? Oh, hey, we gotta culture you a little bit then. Chris?
Van Hagar.
All right. Jim?
Van Hagar.
Alrighty. Have a sweep. Won't get fooled.
The Who, that's what I'm thinking of. Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who.
Yeah, it was a redo of that song.
Okay.
That's
So
an
it wasn't the original. All right. Sorry, no, it just bothered me. I thought I didn't recognize that stuff.
All right, we got
Blame it.
Stick It Out by Rush versus What If I Came Knocking by good old John Mellencamp.
Yep, well, guess where we're going with this one.
Bob, what are you thinking? Rush or Mellencamp?
I'm gonna go Mellencamp.
Okay. Grant?
I'm gonna go Viva.
All right. Gavin?
93 wasn't too good for me.
Gotcha.
Oh, Rush.
Rush, okay. Chris?
Mellencamp.
Mellencamp. Okay. Jim?
Rush.
Rush.
Attaboy, Jim.
All right, George, you got a
I
dog
love
fight?
Rush.
Rush, Mellencamp. Alrighty.
Seen them like 6 times in concert. They are awesome.
4-2. Rush moving on. I love the South Park one where they have the kids from South Park playing Rush, and then that actually is what Rush used as their opener for their one
Yeah.
concert. It is
Yeah.
hilarious.
I saw that. That was their R40 show.
Yes.
Yeah. That was the last time I saw them. It was on my birthday
Yes.
here in town. Yep.
The last time you saw South Park?
No, last time I saw Rush. It was
Yeah.
actually my birthday, and because I didn't want to go alone, I bought 3 other tickets for my friends. So that was my birthday present to me.
It's like I had a kid, and that couldn't make friends, so they had to tie a bone around it. So
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was me.
That's great. That's great. I love it.
Let's see. So,
Sorry, Jim. You just said it.
No, that was the truth. I'm like, I don't want to go by myself. Take my friends with me. You're buying us tickets to Rush? Sure. Okay, yeah, I'll go. What's your name again?
I know. Yes, I know. I am so close to that, I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, my circle's really small. And I like it that way.
Yeah.
What's happening with Corey? I haven't seen him. I haven't heard from him. He's not posting.
I don't know what he's been doing.
Dealing with
Julian
Julian.
either. No Julian either.
Yeah,
Julian's not as fucked
Julian
right now.
posted the other day, actually.
Yeah. Didn't he just pop in earlier tonight for a few minutes?
No. That was Jordan.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, thanks.
Julian, he posted something the other day. I think he posted something today, but he hasn't been in here.
Yeah. He did post that he was in a model slump, which
Right.
I get.
Which,
Yeah.
we all get
He was,
that.
in his words, he was bored with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, when you build Kleenex boxes over and over again, just saying.
Oh, shots fired.
That's what I used to do in the summer.
That's something to sneeze at, you know.
Yeah. As a non-armor modeler, that's a Kleenex box.
It's right.
We call those targets.
Yes, exactly.
The 810s call them targets.
Yeah.
Call them what they want.
They're the
not
stuff
gonna
that
hit 'em.
the stuff that I build make that stuff go
Okay.
boom.
Yeah.
All right, so we got let's see. Next one we got "Crying" by Aerosmith versus "Don't Tear Me Up" by Mick Jagger. So, Bob,
In
"Crying"?
'93, Mick Jagger?
Yeah.
Yeah, solo stuff. Now, I'm going to go with L. Smith.
Okay.
Hello?
Yep. All right. Let's see.
Hello.
Grant, "Crying" or "Don't Tear Me Up"?
Viva!
Viva. Gavin.
Sorry.
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. Chris.
Aerosmith.
Hey, Jim.
Aerosmith, because,
Aerosmith.
Alicia Silverstone was hot in that movie.
And
video.
Crying's moving on. All right. Let's see. Then we have the number 1 seed. We have "Living on the Edge" by Aerosmith versus "Are You Gonna Go My Way" by Lenny Kravitz. So, I got mine. Got mine in there. Okay, Bob.
I'm going to go with L. Smith.
Okay. Grant,
Say that again, please.
"Living on the Edge" Aerosmith versus "Are You Gonna Go My Way" Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, whoa, I know both of those. That's a shame, too. Lenny Kravitz, I guess. Yes, sir.
All right. Gavin.
I'm going to Viva.
Okay. Chris.
Lenny Kravitz, please.
Okay. Jim.
So are you gonna go my way? Yeah, I'm gonna go Lenny Kravitz.
Okay. All right. And we got George. All right. Wow. The number 1 seed went down by "Are You Gonna Go My Way?" 8-2.
Maybe somebody should have looked at those numbers again.
All right. Okay, so we got "Plush" by STP versus "Stick It Out" by Rush.
I'll see you guys.
Okay, so "Plush" or "Stick It Out." Bob.
I'm going to go Plush.
Okay. Grant.
Viva, please. Thank you.
Okay. Gavin.
I'm going to go Stone Temple Pilots.
Okay. Chris.
Stone Temple Pilots.
All right. Jim.
Just to be different, I'm gonna go Rush.
Okay. George, got yours. Let's see. "Plush" is moving on. We got Won't Get Fooled Again by Van Halen versus No Rain, Blind Melon. So, okay, Bob?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with that first one that you mentioned. Van
Won't Get
Halen.
Fooled?
Won't get fooled.
Okay. All right. Let's see, Grant.
Blind Melon, please.
Blind Melon. All right. Gavin.
For the win.
Ooh,
Won't get fooled.
Won't Get Fooled. All right. Hey, Chris.
Blind Melon, sir.
All right. Jim.
Anything but Blind Melon, so Van Hagar.
Okay. All right. And George. Didn't you Viva this last time? Let's find out. Viva Las Vegas. Up. All right. So let's see. 4-2. Won't Get Fooled. Moving on. All right. And we got Crying versus Mary Jane's Last Dance. So Aerosmith versus Tom Petty. Hey, Bob.
I'll go with Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. All right. Grant.
Viva.
Great. Gavin.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. All right. Chris.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Jim.
Tom Petty, just because Aerosmith looks like an old bag lady.
Oh, jeez.
Looks like a homeless person.
Steven Tyler looks like a homeless bag lady.
Yeah. And George is dying on the hill with Aerosmith. All right. Mary Jane's Last Dance. Moving on. All right, we're in the finals here. Final four. We got Plush versus Won't Get Fooled. So we had SCP versus Van Hagar. Bob, what do you think?
Won't get fooled.
Won't Get Fooled. All right. All right. Grant.
Viva. Viva.
Viva. All right. Gavin.
Viva.
Viva on that one. Chris.
Who are the two again?
Plush versus Won't Get Fooled. So SCP versus Van Hagar.
Refuse your gift.
All right. Chris, what'd you say?
STP.
SCP. All right. Okay. Jim.
I'm gonna go Plush on that one.
Alrighty. With that many two Vivas, Plush moving on 3-2.
Nice.
All right. And then we got Are You Gonna Go My Way? Lenny Kravitz versus Mary Jane's Last Dance. Lenny Kravitz, Tom Petty. Bob.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Hey, Grant.
Lenny Kravitz for the win.
All right. Gavin.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Chris.
Tom Petty.
Petty. Jim.
I'm gonna go Lenny Kravitz on this one.
Hey, thank you, Jim.
I like that song.
Let's see, looking for George.
It'll be a blowout.
It'll be a tie if George goes Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
Do it.
Out.
Do it.
The Australian coin of fate.
That'd be the coin of fate, mate.
All right, 4-3. Mary Jane's Last Dance.
Oh, that was close. Closer than I thought it was gonna be.
Here's this out here.
All right, and our final for 1993, we got STP Plush versus Mary Jane's Last Dance, Tom Petty. So, Bob.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. All right. Grant.
Viva Las Vegas for the win.
Alrighty. Gavin.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty.
I can be a spoiler too.
Chris.
Amen.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Jim.
STP.
Alright. Alright. George, we need your vote.
Come on, Australia, don't let me down.
Viva, Viva, Viva.
Oh, no.
That's it. That's good.
Viva Barnes, Viva Barnes.
Going Tom Petty, and for the win, Mary Jane's Last Dance, 4-2.
Hey! Oh, bunch of drug-addled addicts out here.
You know what? Now I really don't want to visit Australia. I'm gonna go George.
Hey, Australia's a nice place to visit as long as you don't mind crocodiles, deadly spiders, serpents, heat,
Fox
fatal
jellyfish.
jellyfish, heat. Yeah,
People with funny accents.
yeah. Other than that, it sounds like a great place. Oh yeah,
Toe cutter.
yeah.
The Knight Rider.
Don't get stuck on
Lord,
New Zealand.
Lord
Don't get
Humongous.
over there.
Mad Max.
Mad Max, yeah, Mad Max.
Lord Humongous.
Ooh,
Warrior of the Wastelands. The Ayatollah
Thunderdome,
of
man,
Rock and
Thunderdome.
Roll.
All right, so next week, 1994. He goes, I was
Good book.
distracted. Jim wanted to vote plush. All right. 94. It's going to be one of our quickest ones. There's only 8.
Really?
Ooh,
Only 8.
it's a cage match.
Oh, we burned up 22 minutes tonight on this one. So
I know.
how many was on this one tonight? 16?
14.
14.
Yep. So the ones on this one, we got Deuces Wild by Aerosmith. We got Pincushion by ZZ Top. We
Oh,
got
Song.
You Don't Know How It Feels by Tom Petty. No Excuses by Alice in Chains. We got Vaseline by Stone Temple Pilots.
That's a good
Shine by
song.
Collective Soul. We got, let's see, Keep Talking by Pink Floyd.
oh.
We got the Interstate Love Song by Stone Temple Pilots. And
There's a good song.
Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden.
Ooh, there we go. I'm
Well, I know
predicting
it's right.
Black Hole Sun for the win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do some book. I'm gonna have to pull up some Stone Temple Pilots and what were the other one? What is another one there?
I got the album.
Soundgarden,
Soundgarden?
Alice in Chains.
Soundgarden. Yeah, Soundgarden. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the Soundgarden album. I've got the Stone Temple Pilots album, that first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 90s, and I was.
Interstate Love Song. Yeah.
Oh,
That was right at the height of grunge.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And there weren't that many grunge bands that I cared for, but STP was one of them that I really liked. I think Nirvana's overrated, but they did have some decent songs.
Nine Inch Nails was right about them too, wasn't it?
What is it?
9 Inch Nails. You mentioned.
Oh, yeah. Trent Reznor. Yeah.
Yep.
What's his name committed suicide in what was it? 98.
Oh, that was Nirvana, Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was 9 Inch Nails. Okay, yeah, Nirvana.
No. Trent Reznor's still around. He actually he gave the song "Hurt" to Johnny Cash because Johnny made it his own. Yeah.
Okay.
All
I hate
right.
to be that guy, but Nirvana's only as popular as it is because Kurt Cobain died.
Exactly. I mean, it's and let's face it, he didn't shoot himself; he was killed. I know anybody tells me any different that he was killed by Courtney Love. She killed him.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I've heard that one before.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a ton of conspiracy theories I've not heard of. Yeah.
Well, I mean, think about it. It's a shotgun. You know how hard it would be to shoot yourself with a shotgun?
Not
In the
hard.
mouth.
You do it all the time. It's not hard at all. Now, if it's a punt gun, you'd have to do some string tying to that trigger to.
Yeah,
There-
just use your
there-
tail, man.
there was
I shoot
actually-
park on all the time. So
There was a documentary about it where
Are we still recording on YouTube?
Yes,
Matt?
we are. So we need
I
to
think the
Well,
be
yeah.
vigilant of what we're talking about.
This topic probably should be dropped until we get off the air.
Yes.
just saying there was a great documentary about it.
Yeah. Can't mention the S word.
No.
Can't mention the other S word or the G word for that matter.
The unaliving.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
This, what is this?
Crap.
This Tester's glue is making me woozy.
Uh-oh.
You got your face too close to it.
I suppose.
So how does the color 9 smell?
That's right.
Oh.
Blue. It smells like blue.
It smells like blue. There we go.
Well, I'm in trouble. I don't know what blue smells like. What does blue smell like? What does blue look like?
That's a rather egregious example of not using proper ventilation there, Gavin.
Shame on you.
Listen, someone has to write.
Look, I think you're just trying to get Carol a little woozy so you can maybe take advantage of her. I get it.
No, that'd be the other way around.
Good man. Good man. Good man.
I'll tell you after a while.
So you're a feminist, right?
Sure. Well, if you come up short, Gavin, just let me know.
Oh. Shot fired again.
Man.
It's getting angry up in here.
Grant,
Some
you coming to
angry modeling
IPMS on
tonight.
Tuesday?
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
Let's see. The 15th. Oh man, damn it. You know what? That's right. That's like the.
You know, it's funny now that you bring that up. I realize now that both Bob and Marion are in here.
Yeah.
No, IPMS clicks with the digital astronomy. Rats.
Aw.
I'm going to after I get done taking this. No, taking this or painting. Painting. Painting, don't you understand?
Well, what if it's cloudy that night?
No, it's an online. Oh yeah, that's what we all wish for. Is it's cloudy on Tuesday, on the second Tuesday.
I think I'm gonna go buy something at Hobby Lobby to build. I don't want to mess with that X-wing.
Really?
Oh, come on. We went there. We go there Saturday.
Oh, I know why he does that. I know why you're doing that, Chris. Because anything at Hobby Lobby is going to be a pain in the ass, and when you get back to the one you really want to build, that'll be
Pain in
really
the butt.
Yeah, I'm just thinking I'm gonna try to find something simple to build. I mean, I like that X-wing, and I want to hurry up and try to build it. And
Hey, if you were, listen, if you want something simple, now it's not good, but it's simple, then you get the Revell P40. It's the monogram mold from 1963.
Hey, yeah. And you can enter it in the IPMS.
It's got the shark nose. I built it. I think it's pretty cool.
can you build it in 2 hours and paint it?
I could.
And
Yeah, you
decal
could.
it and
It's got like
gloss
20
it.
pairs.
Oh, Chris,
Dude,
are you really
the
sure?
172nd Corsair by Revell. Get you some dark sea blue and you're done.
Are you really challenging us to just knock something out in 2 hours? Because, you know, I could throw
No,
it all over it.
That's what the club thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just,
You have to build it in 2 hours. That's why I don't want to ruin my Bandai X-Wing, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean ruin, but if I try to hurry up and build it, it won't
You
be.
want to take your time on that one.
Yeah.
I can't see how you could properly build any model of any kind in 2 hours. And
If I buy
You
a
should
cheap one,
go.
You'd be
You
surprised.
should go. You should go and see.
I could tell you, try it.
that would
I'm
be,
sure I can build it. I just not to my quality stand, the quality I want. So if I buy a kit I don't care about, build it.
that's Tuesday. That's this coming Tuesday then, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
think I
might,
found
I
my
might
kit.
come for the
Be
entertainment.
there, Kevin. Be there. Aloha.
Hey, I might come for the entertainment. How many curse words get issued in that time frame?
I'm sure there's a lot.
Not much. No, not really.
Not really. Yeah.
So Matt couldn't do a live from episode then.
What are you building, Marion?
I haven't decided yet. I've tried everything.
What do you got there?
Everything.
I should have picked up
Aircraft, tanks,
I
everything.
should have picked up a 1700 submarine, Japanese submarine.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, there you
It's
go.
a black dude, man.
Well,
That's
your,
the 15-minute build.
your 1-350 trumpeters look pretty good. That'd be
Yeah.
a good one right there.
The
Just
Pterodon's got
build it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces to it.
Which
Yeah.
one is this? Which one
Yeah,
is this?
see? I'm telling you.
Wait a minute. I see 5 trees.
You could spend an hour and a half on the paint with an airbrush and make that thing look boss.
1, it's got
I see,
1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4,
Wing, wing.
5 pieces, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is you got seams.
Yeah.
You got
So?
seams.
Not really.
So,
Yeah.
2 hours,
You
you
say
don't
that
feel
until you get
seams.
it together.
Are you
Yeah.
telling me that there are some qualifications to this 2 hour build? Like,
No.
you gotta fill the
No.
seams?
No,
Okay.
you have your peers are voting for it. The guys who finish the models in 2 hours, they're the ones that will vote for the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First,
And you
second,
think
third.
you think I'd stand a snowball's chance in hell with
No.
you
Yeah.
guys? No.
I'll tell you why, Grant, because
This is fun.
you would spend 2 hours testing to make sure the paint was right.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
It's about hanging out with everybody and
Right.
Yeah, come on. This is
that's why I don't want to ruin my.
Grant, you couldn't get through without testing different manufacturers of paint and seeing the opacity and
Hey, Jim, I can't
it
walk
would
down
kill
here.
you.
I can't walk down here to work on a model while I spend 2 hours cleaning up the bench.
Exactly, it would kill you.
Hobby Lobby. I'm doing that right now.
Although it might be fun to come down and watch technique. Yeah, that would be.
no.
That P40 is only $11.
Yeah, but it's too many colors.
It's like speed
You
painting.
got 3 colors.
Yeah.
It is.
3 colors. You got a canopy to worry about. You just.
Although I
you
gotta tell you, yeah, Bandai model is pretty easy to build. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of parts.
They really are.
I paid like $35 for that thing. I don't want to.
Well, you don't want to use that.
Dude, I'm telling you, go get the 144th TIE Fighter.
Yeah,
It has 4 parts.
yeah, pretty much.
All
And
right.
it's 2 colors, light gray and black.
That's right. And crimp, just running some panel line paint on it will just make it look good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to paint it.
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing.
Well, you don't-
the
you don't have to
Bandai
paint
stuff? No, they come colored.
No, they don't. You don't have to paint it. It's just if you don't want to paint it, that's fine. But
But
you
That
can
144 TIE Fighter already comes colored.
Chris, on that
Yeah.
144th Bandai, there's enough nooks and crannies on that. The detail's great that you just run
Oh,
that
yeah,
panel line
I
thing in
could
there.
bring my Flori's wash and
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I
blow
did with
dry
with
it.
this
So it dries
actually.
fast enough.
yeah, absolutely. Shoot, that'd take me 15 minutes. I might just come down there Tuesday. Yeah, there you go. There you
So
go.
George says he recommends the Hobby Boss Easy Builds because they're half built already, and they're also
Yeah.
colored. He said
Well,
egg planes. What about a snap build kit? There you go.
Yeah.
Snap tie?
There's a snap build right there.
Oh, there you go.
There you
That's
go.
been sitting on my desk for 3 years now.
Yeah, but it's already started. You need to get one that's not started.
Now,
No,
yeah,
Not
that's
a
already-
ton.
Took
In
me
the bag.
4 years ago, it took me 15 minutes to put that together and prime it. And I haven't touched it since.
I'm going Gundam.
Oh, Gundam, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another one.
Guys, hey guys, I'm gonna call it a night. But take care and great to be with you all.
All right, thanks,
You
Bob.
too.
Amen.
We'll see you.
Take
See
care,
you
Bob.
Tuesday.
I got you, Bob.
Follow on, mates.
Malon,
So before
so-
Marion decides to leave, I actually have a club question for him.
Uh-oh.
I tried to. Is there a way to get on the IPMS Gateway website and pay dues and join the club?
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, because I am going to do that. Probably at the end of this week. I'm going to give it a shot. So we'll see. But
Yeah.
I
so
joined the club, but it's 2 hours away, and there'd be no reason to
right. Well, it's an hour away from me. I don't know if I'd ever make a meeting, but because it's on a Tuesday night, it's tough for me to do that.
Right.
And I work
but
on Tuesday.
so here's the thing. So Jim, me and Jordan go down, and we carpool.
Yeah.
So and let's see, the way I do it is that if Jordan drives, we go down early enough so we can get pizza, and then I buy pizza.
Yeah, we.
You're just making this more and more difficult for me.
No,
Man.
Well, I might have to do it on one of the nights that my lady works.
All right.
So
Does she work
so
next
every
Tuesday?
other Tuesday. So yeah.
Are you stopping at Fortell's Tuesday?
Probably.
I think
What
I'm.
time, would
we,
that, what time would that be?
I don't know yet. I'll have to talk to Jordan.
Yeah, we have a group that always meets at Cybergers on the Gravois,
Oh,
and
now
at
you're
5
talking.
o'clock, 5:15, and we have plenty of time, and it's a great time. We have 6, 7 people. It's a great time.
That's a little hard for me to make because I was able to do that one time when I was able to like just go right from school. So
I have so much.
have no school. There's no school now.
I know, but I have my normal Tuesday engagement I have to do too. So
Okay.
that's why I missed the e-board meetings on Tuesday because I have another engagement on Tuesday and then I have to get out of it on the actual IPMS meeting days.
Yeah.
As someone who used to do something every night of the week, I feel you. And I got rid of all of it. You know, I used to, when I was a firefighter, I was a volunteer. I used to volunteer Monday and Tuesday nights. We were required to do four hours a night, 8 hours a week. So I would do Monday and Tuesday. And then I'd also have EMT class on Monday and Thursdays. Wednesdays I'd shoot pool. Thursdays I'd shoot pool. Yeah, so now I got rid of all that, and you guys are my only engagement for the week.
We're your only hope.
Well,
Hey guys, I gotta go. I gotta get up early tomorrow, so take care.
Okay, Marion, thanks for joining us, man.
see you later, Marin.
Yeah.
Follow on. See you Tuesday.
Okay. God bless. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye.
How do I get out of this thing? You're right.
bye. Hang up.
Close the front tab.
That is awesome.
All right, so I put a link to Hobby Lobby in the chat. I'm not a Gundam person, but maybe this is the reason I build one next week. Is that a good Gundam?
Uh-oh.
Is there a bad Gundam?
I don't know. So someone check that link out. Tell me if that's a good Gundam kit.
Oh, hell, where's JG? See that? Like a robot. Uh-oh.
I gotta find out how to get in. How do I get in the chat? Ah!
The little square in the lower right hand corner.
Chat with everyone. Alright, let's see.
The bottom link. Hobby Lobby.
Let's see what he's got.
Well, that's not it.
Okay, regular grade. Let's see. He's got the yellow on him. Is that the one?
2-hour build?
I don't know if that's a 2-hour build.
Take longer then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that just... Me and Carol just went to our Hobby Lobby on Saturday, and Bandai has these, just like Gundam, but they're dinosaurs. They got a Triceratops, they got a Pterodactyl, Pteranodon, and but they're just like Gundams, and they're full kits.
I thought Gundam just snapped together, right?
Yeah, push
They
it.
do.
Yeah. Pre-colored and push fit, yeah, just like that. But they're dinosaurs.
I mean, now that Gundam isn't pre-colored? Normally aren't the Gundams pre-colored?
Yes.
You might be able to build that in 2 hours.
Yeah, put a wash on it too.
Yeah, you know, you do a pin wash on it and, you know, or like a Flory Models wash or something like that.
Yeah.
Done.
And then I scratch my Gundam, my tiny Gundam itch. All in one swoop.
Yeah.
And if it turns out like garbage, I'll just let somebody take it home.
Okay, so let me ask a serious question.
So you're in the wrong group.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but still, I run a good chance of getting a good answer here. So you guys are saying that you're gonna pack up the tools that you need to build a model and paint it in a box. You've got everything set up on your bench, so you know where to go and how. I mean, you work a very efficient process when you're at home on the bench where you know everything's at.
Yep.
But you're going to cart a bunch of stuff. You hope you're going to cart everything you need to a different place and work with the same efficiency. Is that kind of sort of?
That's the reason why I'm picking this model. I mean,
And Grant, that is why you would have a tough time doing it.
Yeah. Well, that's just.
Well, no, you because of you think like an engineer.
Yeah.
That's why we call you the mad scientist. That's why we love you. But building a model in 2 hours for your brain to wrap around that, and you're just like, what? No, no. To you, it's almost sacrilegious.
Matt is showing me his portable box that he can take to school.
Yeah, I've got one too.
I'll bet you take that on the road for your repairs.
Yep.
Right, Matt?
you have one, Matt? Oh,
That's his emergency kit that he takes with him to the show.
This is my mobile hobby bench right here.
There you go.
Yep.
All right. I got a
Like a
couple
little
boxes
tackle box,
again. I
right?
think I'll see what I can do.
I've got an old ammo box that I use.
I think pit choice is the key factor there.
100%.
Well, you know, it's funny you guys should mention this. In my camera view, you guys have seen these mini toolboxes, haven't you? For like $19.95 from Harbor Freight, right?
Yep.
Okay. You'll notice that I am actually picking this up by a handle. You'll also, let me move this out of the way. Notice I got clips on the side, which allow me to open it up.
There you go.
And if you look at the top of that box, that's like 3/8 of an inch deep right here. But because my scalpels and my X-Acto knife and my tools are steel, a couple of magnets on the back of that, and I've got all of my tools in the lid. Plus in the top.
Yeah.
This box, you look on YouTube about these boxes, and at least half of the reviews are how bad these things are. But like I say, you put a set of latches on it, put a handle, put some casters on the bottom, and
Yep.
Well, I did that Mazak machine, that CNC machine. I could have done that in 2 hours, and I wouldn't have to paint anything.
yeah. So yes, I've got a couple of boxes here. I might just show up Tuesday night with.
There you go.
Cool. Thank you, Matt.
So, catching up with what George is saying here, he said, let's see, he thinks there are 5 levels of Gundam. The cheapest are entry level, and they are easy to build. The person we need to ask is Matt 3, because he's the Gundam expert.
Yeah, he's the Gundam guy. Doesn't Julian build Gundam as well? I thought he did.
I don't think so.
Oh.
He said, let's see, he bought the Bandai Trek for his nephew. It comes with internal parts and can be built as a skeleton. All right. And he said, Chris, I would build an aircraft over Gundam since it is totally new to you.
Yeah. All right. So I did see a Hobby Boss 172 A10 on there for $10.
Yeah.
You just can't help yourself, can you, Chris? You just can't help yourself, can you? You just like poking that bear with the stick.
I don't even build 172, so that would be.
You know, I'd say that 1144th A10 sounds like a really good choice right now.
Oof.
Yeah, I got.
As someone who's built a 144th aircraft,
You got paint on
that PBY, that was probably one of the toughest things I've ever had to build because it's so freaking small.
Well, how about doing a 35th truck? Man.
Oh. No.
You
I
should see
have the hardest kit I've ever built.
Oh,
I
good.
did it the other day, actually.
You built it the other day?
The Yadalari Chinook.
Nope.
I think it's just the inside. That is.
I decided I was going to be like, I just want to kill some time. Here is the AMT Death Star.
Oh,
Nice.
man, look at that.
Nice.
No.
And it's fully populated on the inside.
This is as best I was able to get it together.
Oh yeah, that's the piece of junk.
That's
What
a
is
scene.
that?
That's a scene I can put my finger into.
Oh my god.
It is absolutely terrible. The pieces are warped. Let's see. Yeah, seam lines all over it. It doesn't line up for nothing. I even double checked it to make sure I double checked the instructions to make sure everything was supposed to be where it was supposed to be, and it was. And this is the best I've been able to get it.
Who made that?
AMT,
Okay.
1983.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys tell me a lot about those things. Oh, it just set up, yay.
I think I would have just thrown that thing away. Or cut off all the locator tabs and just start from one corner, glue it, clamp it, let it sit for a day, move a little bit further down, glue it, clamp it, let it sit for a day.
Yeah.
You know what I would do with it?
Chuck in the trash.
Shoot free throws.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like a good bobber for sharks.
It
you go.
almost went across the room the other day.
Oh, it's got that seam, it sucks water.
Yeah.
It went across the river.
Scalemates cover Gundam.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, yes.
Trying to look that kit up, see what the instructions look
Oh,
like.
the T-Rex. Sorry. So, not a Trex. It was a T-Rex.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how the Triceratops was. Carol bought one.
Yeah.
I bought one for Carol, actually.
He also said someone just released a 144B2. I think he said maybe Academy.
Academy's coming out with one. They'll have the B-52,
Yep.
the B1, and the B2.
Wow.
They've had that for a while, I thought.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause
the B1 they have, but not the B2.
The
So
B1
TigerCon,
came out like 2019, I think. It was in fine scale modeler.
I mean, ever since
Of it.
Trump bombed Iran with the B2, the aircraft has become even more popular than it was before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like on Facebook, because like it was during Obama's administration where they had pictures of the cockpit, like 20 minutes did something on it, 60 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And people were showing this footage from like 15 years ago on Facebook, and there's a bunch of people, oh, you shouldn't show that, they're going to know all our stuff. And I'm like,
They
people,
won't.
this has been on the internet for 15 years almost.
Yeah. A little too late for that, buddy.
It's a 40-year-old airplane. I think it's
It is.
What is that net, guys?
Was what?
What
somebody
is
was
that
giving
you're
a,
holding on to?
This?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what that is.
Is that internal part for the Death Star?
No, that's the Deep Space Nine.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, did you
Yeah.
just change ships in mid-build?
I did.
I quite figure out how that fit in with the thing you were doing before.
Yeah. And what's cool is that when I was down in Florida, that Enterprise D is the same scale.
Yeah.
Man,
So-
you guys are killing me.
Tell me about it, Grant.
And you've got the one. Don't you have the 1/2500 of the Defiant? And didn't you also get the OG, the OS, the original series?
Yes, it's all resin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, then I have the one that.
Now we need to do is get you a Klingon bird of prey, and then a Romulan warbird. Hey, it's Matt #2.
There's the
Finally.
Defiant.
Hey, we're about ready to close up shop, Matt.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to come on and say hey.
Hey,
And
hey.
Hey.
hey,
All right, good talk. See you later.
see you later. Good one now.
What's going on, man?
Oh, you know, strikes and gutters, ups and downs.
Yeah. I understand.
I love you so bad. I can't percent.
How's that face been treating you?
Oh, it's pretty good. I'm in the old cave right now.
I'm freaking jealous, man.
No kidding.
Wish I had
Well,
been.
Jim, you'd have to have friends that you could bring into your cave, so.
That's true. I don't have any friends.
Heck, I have friends, but I don't bring them in the cave very often.
Huh?
Before?
The Carbot?
Yeah, my siding guy just finished the siding on the house.
How much?
So now this weekend we're gonna go buy some black paint and paint all the concrete. It's gonna be done.
Nice.
69 nights.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got quite a bit done to the house already. We got the siding done, the roof done, poured a new driveway and made it bigger, new fence in the backyard, new shed, finished up the kitchen remodel, which looks great. New carpet in the living room and all the bedrooms. Yeah.
Did anybody hear a bunch of cash register bells going off here?
Yeah, you better believe it.
Wish I had money.
My condolences to your wallet.
I don't have money. That's why I was able to get all this stuff. But you know what? You can't take it with you, right? This is me and my ladies forever home. We might as well make it beautiful. So, yeah.
Yeah, it ain't gonna rebuild itself.
No, it sure ain't.
No, you can't submit your home into the group build.
It's no.
Look at that. Oh, dude.
Oh, look at that. What color is that?
It's they call it a mango orange.
Papaya.
That looks huge.
A medium Gary.
What scale is that?
Everything's a medium Gary unless it's black or white.
1/25.
It looked bigger because you had it like out in front of you, like it was huge. You know, it was like close to the camera. Yeah, no, it looks horrible.
Perspective matters.
Yeah, it does. It look. I like that color.
Yeah, I'm building it basically like a box art.
Nice. Didn't they have a flat black hood?
That's an AMC.
No, it's got a. No, it's AMT.
Oh, okay.
It's got a decal
AMT.
for the hood.
Oh, like a carbon fiber thing?
No, just
Ooh. Dude, just paint it.
Yeah.
no. Heck no. This is way easier than painting it.
That's right.
You should build an NASCAR. You won't say that ever again.
Yeah.
I'll send you one.
Well, that McLaren that I want to build, the IndyCar, you think, oh, there's not that much stuff to it, but hell, the body's got 4 colors on it.
For example. This car
Ooh.
is just plastic, bare plastic. I just clear coated it. And it's one of the simplest schemes in the field. And this took me 2 weeks to decal.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. I had a couple of kits that when you open them, it's like the decals are just, it's like the body is just gonna be nothing but one decal.
Right.
Build armor. You get a small decal sheet that's like this big, and it may have a couple of stars on it and maybe a couple of nameplates, and that's it.
Here's the size of the decal sheet for one of these Camaros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So George says hey to Matt, and so I think George is turning this over to Gavin for his, since he is the great Googler here, as in he wonders what was the new, what was the last new tool AMT release.
Okay.
Go get them.
They've got some coming out.
Oh, he's going vertical, so am I.
I am.
Because he was inverted.
You're gonna touch cockpits.
Keeping up foreign relations.
AMT. I know they've got some new tools. Recently, what they've been doing is they'll take an old kit. They've got a 65 Plymouth Barracuda coming out that hasn't been released since 1965. But they lost the molds. So what they did is they took an original kit, 3D scanned it, and are making new molds off of it.
So have they developed? So it's not really a remake. That they're making new molds for that. That to me, that's a new release.
Technically, it is a new tool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a reboot.
Technically, it's a new tool.
Well, I mean, think about it. how many people have come together and done a 1/72nd B-17?
No, you use technically
The
when you're
parts are all
trying
going to be the same. It's just the engineering behind it. So it doesn't matter whether you take an old kit. If you lose the molds and got to make new ones, that's a new kit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When Gavin says technically, I mean that's just that's just a weasel word. It is a new kit. There's nothing technical about it.
Yeah, it's a new
It
kit.
depends on if you count a new tool as a new design or not.
Well, okay.
At that point, we're just at semantics.
Are they copying the molds, the old molds, or they're making new ones?
They're copying the old kit. They 3D scan it and make new molds off of the parts, the original parts.
So they're keeping the old engineering and just making new molds.
Still a new mold.
Yeah, that's a gray area. I mean, I would still call it because if you don't change the engineering, doesn't matter if the molds are new or not. The fit's going to still be the same as the old kit.
So let me ask you a question. When it comes to the 75 or older challenge by IPMS Gateway, would they allow something like that in?
Yes.
Well, they lost the mold, but they had to rebuild the mold from original trees. So I'm calling it 1975.
Because the molds were built, the original molds that they're scanning off of were built in the 70s.
I would like to see you try to get that past the judges.
Oh, I'm very
As
persuasive.
far as I understand it, someone has an original unbuilt kit from the 60s.
Yeah.
They 3D scan the trees.
Yeah.
3D print out a kit, see where it doesn't fit very well, where it's flashy, stuff like that, fix that, and then make the mold.
Well, there you go. So it's a new mold.
So then now at that point, if you do that, aren't you then changing the
They're not changing
engineering?
it. Not really. It goes together the same. They're just changing because you can have an original Revell from the 60s new tool and it's still full of flash because they just didn't take care of anything.
Just go to Michael's. They used to sell them all the time.
Yeah. As far as George's question, it looks like kit 1426, which is what we're talking about. It's a retool, pretty much. That'd be the better term for it.
Retool, yeah, I think so. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, at this point, it's just semantics, right?
Right.
Let me share the screen.
Yeah, but the judges might not look past semantics.
This is a neat little kit.
I'm just wondering if
King
they
Bob
ever.
joins us. Hello, King Bob.
King Bob.
Well, hey. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sharp looking car too.
Curbside, so it doesn't have an engine. It's a screw together bottom.
Oh. I have one of those. I have a PF 109 that's like that.
It's a 64, so it probably is, let's see. Probably was a promo at one point.
A promo?
Yeah. Well, back when the big three would release a kit or would release a new model of car, they talked to a lot of them would talk to model companies and say, "Hey, we're coming out with this. Will you make a model of our kit? We can
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
give it away when you sell it or whatever." Yeah.
I'm not seeing the original. It must not be on here. Yeah, that's how AMT, Johan started out. They would, like a Ford dealer, say a 56 Ford, they're not going to have one of every color. So, you have these little models you could show it off or give away, And then they were like, well, we could just sell these as kits, But yeah, that Malibu, the Chevelle is, if we're being a new tool is a new tool, and that's it. 1426.
So that's the newest thing that AMT's ever put out.
Yeah, as far as model year, I think they've got a couple new Chargers. How do I stop? There it is. The biggest problem is, I mean, some of them, muscle cars will always be popular and cool, but as we get further removed from that era, people are not going to want to build muscle cars as much. And I mean, just look. Last year, AMT put out like 5 or 6 cars from the '80s. Like the little Dodge GLHs, Toyota Supras, and they sold like hotcakes.
The DeLorean. You see a lot of kids with the DeLorean.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start making newer cars. I mean,
well, that'd be easy. They all look the same.
Have to build you don't have to make a model of like a Hyundai or a Mazda like I drive. There's still cool new cars out there.
Right, so you could do like a retro mod Camaro or Charger or Mustang. I built one for my year Mustang, and they make them. They make kits now of the brand new, the 2024, 2025 Mustangs. So I mean, you're always going to get that. And now Chevy is getting ready to release a retro mod of the Chevelle, and it looks really. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw a picture of it, and it looks like a '69 rear end with a '70 front end, and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, they figured out that people like to drive those vehicles like that.
All right.
I'm gonna sign off.
All right, Chris, you decide what you're gonna get?
I think I'm gonna get this Gundam kit.
Oh boy! Look at Chris getting out of his comfort zone.
Yeah. They have a Gundam aerial rebuild, whatever that is. It's like this blue and white thing. It's only $16.79, and I mean, I looked at the instructions on ScaleMates. I can probably knock it out in 2 hours and maybe do a little wash on it or something. I mean, you don't have to glue these things.
You can.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I mean,
like the Bandai X-Wing that I had, I could have built that thing with. It's a press fit. It's what they call a press fit.
Well,
friction fit.
Yeah, I thought some of the Gundams just popped into place or whatever.
They do. They have little ball joints so they can move. But,
yeah. I think I'm gonna go with that.
But you can glue that. Well,
I think I'll just knock that out, and then I don't screw up one of those models I have in my.
Yeah.
Well, I meant to ask you, your F4, the Phantom.
Yeah.
How many decal sheets did that come with?
Yeah, that was like over 300 decals on it, I think. So.
Yeah, it came with 2 different decal sheets, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And
so you had the pretty markings, and then you had all the stencils on it. Yeah.
This comes with stickers, so I think I'm good to go.
There you go.
All right, well, I'll see you on Tuesday. So if you guys are going to go to dinner somewhere.
Yeah. Me and Jordan go to Fortels.
Yeah. What time do you usually get to Fortels?
It all depends on when he gets off of work. So I will
message me.
Yeah. I'll put it on.
Yeah, because I'll just take the afternoon off. I have a ton of vacation, so I can just burn a half day. That way I can work out and come down there. So.
Hey, Chris, if they don't show up early, we can.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're carpooling, just swing down 2.5 hours to get me.
Could you do a 2-hour trip to Illinois, please?
Yeah, we'll make a grand tour.
It's a straight shot.
All right, guys, you guys take care. All right, thanks so much.
See you, Chris.
Yep.
We'll have to fill up in Missouri, though, Gavin.
Yeah, I hear you.
Did that really go up 48 cents a gallon?
Yeah.
Well, actually, mine is actually down a little bit. It was like July 4th. It was like 3.20, and now it's 3.09, I think.
Wow.
Yes.
So King Bob's on here. He says, anybody joining the 48-hour group build this weekend?
48-hour group build.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
not
Bob,
either.
can you elaborate on that? Oh, and I'll message Chris. He says, don't use Tamiya wash on Gundams. The solvent will damage the joints. I will message that to
I was gonna say just
Chris right now.
But he said he was gonna use the Flory.
Right,
wash.
but I just want to make sure.
Oh.
Guess what, Chris? Right after you left, we found out about.
Yeah.
Here's what not to do.
Oh, I know you're on here. There's Ken.
Paintbrush to clean the paint.
Don't.
Don't build a Gundam. No.
Yeah, don't build a Gundam. Or actually, I guess what he could do is test whatever he wants to use on part of the sprue, the tree.
Yeah. I want to build a Gundam, but I'm like Jordan when it comes to that. I want to build one of the enemies. They're called the Zoos. And I like those better than the real flashy pointed ones, but yeah.
All right, I gotta go. I'll
You too.
Gotta go. All right.
Bye bye.
See you, Jim. Are you leaving?
Yeah, I'm out. It's about pumpkin time for me too.
Gotcha.
So
I'm being summoned as well.
uh-oh.
Alrighty then.
Okay, they didn't use my middle name, so I'm not in trouble.
Okay.
Uh-oh, not yet. Hey, Gavin, I love the fact that you and your lady there are working on models together in the basement. That is lovely to see. So,
Yes.
all right, you guys be good. Have fun on Tuesday, and we'll
See you, man.
talk later.
See you Friday.
All right,
See you Friday,
Yep.
man. Bye, Jim.
Bye.
Alrighty. Well, everybody's bailing out. We had a full boat tonight, so it was a good stream. There's Gavin. He's back.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, good stream. So we're gonna sign off on YouTube. George, glad for joining us. King Bob, thanks for joining us. All the other people that are in the chat, thank you for joining us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Mom with the Mats on Facebook. Like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. We just reached 451 YouTube subscribers, so that's awesome. We just hit, let's see, 200 and something on our Facebook, with Carol being our newest member. So thank you, Carol, for being our newest member. You should have got your nice little welcome post and everything. So hopefully you've seen that.
I did.
So awesome. So as always, hey, I'm Matt, and we just lost the other Matt, but we'll see you next week on Wednesday. And model on. See ya.